Hello and welcome to the Marine Channel. We're here at the Dusseldorf Boat Show and we're on the Sunseeker stand. We're in before the show opens, so we've got access to this fantastic Sunseeker 76 yacht. And I'm going to give you a full tour on this beauty. Obviously all the boats here at the show are indoors, so they're on the dry, so it means wandering around and getting access is good. There's no fear of falling off the pontoon. So we're going to start here on the aft, obviously a high-low platform. Massive high-low platform there. Actually, I'm going to start slightly differently. I'm going to go into the crew cabin area because we are literally looking at that here, and it also gives us room to the engine. So let's go on in. Just give you a sense of pricing on this. This boat is £4.8 million plus VAT or local taxes. Obviously, specifications will vary depending on owner preferences. But what we've got here, this is set up kind of like a bench slash bed area. And the main bed is this kind of double over here. Sorry, the camera's strobing a little bit. It's struggling with the LEDs. It does on Sunseekers for some reason. But believe me, it's not like that in real life. And then if we swing around here, we've got some hanging locker space. And then right in front of us when we come down the stairs, we're into a really good sized heads actually. So it's a wet room. I say it's a wet room, sorry, it's not a wet room, that's what I meant. Because we've got a separate shower stall in there with a glass divider. So that's rather nice, isn't it? And then plenty of storage, cupboard space, and all that kind of stuff. So quite a nice space to be based on the 76-foot yacht. And then this is our access into the engine room. Obviously a waterproof bulkhead door there. What's nice on yachts of this size is you haven't got to go in through the deck. There is obviously a ladder here that'll take us up there. But ordinarily you come in through the door that we've just entered through. So this has got twin MANs, V12s. Between them they'll produce 3,100 horsepower, which is plenty. And despite the size of this boat, it'll do 32 knots, which I would think is pretty exhilarating. Beautifully finished down here. Headroom, well, I can just about reach that. So we've got well over 2 meters of headroom down here. And then we can see all our electrical systems, air conditioning systems, water makers, all that kind of good stuff down here. Stopcocks over there. Very, very nice indeed. So there you go. Sunseeker's got a bit of a reputation for being quite rapid boats. So even the big ones like this are no slouch. Okay. So let's make our way up onto the more public areas of the boat, as it were. So access up into the cockpit area, also on both sides. There we go. And all this beautiful teak. We've got this U-shaped seating area, obviously a foldy out table. And then we've got, I suspect, yes, an ice maker and some refrigeration in there. That's the access, I said, to the engine room. That's where the ladder would go down. And what we'll do is we'll make our way onto the foredeck, just a little space there for leads. And as you can imagine, lovely big high handrails, lovely wide deck. Feel very safe moving around a boat this size. And then we've got this rather interesting layout here. So it's a massive dining area. See there also a couple of under seat refrigerators. And then we've got this sort of almost secondary area here with 2 big sun pads and all our anchor handling gear, chain lockers and so forth. And that's our view back over. Lovely, lovely. We'll go down the starboard side, make our way back down here. Pretty much completely flat. There's a little tiny step here, but nothing much. And then we've also got side access here, straight in and out to the helm. These boats are all built in Poole in England. Been down to the factory a couple of times. And everything done in-house. And then we can see here this wonderful flow. So these big sliding doors, and then kind of no threshold. This is pretty much completely flat. In fact, it is completely flat. And then we move in, and we've got this large dining area aft, and then galley on the starboard side. And a boat this size, as one would expect, everything is kind of domestic size, so domestic kind of catering size, and our 4-burner Miele hob, and then all our storage space. And this acts almost like a little kind of bar area as well, servicing that area. Lots of highline cupboards and storage, all that kind of good stuff here. Can I find the handle? Yes, I can. All lovely finish inside. And then we'll swing around, move forward a little bit more. We've got our big high-low television set over here on the port side. And then we've got this lovely relaxed area. Feels very kind of almost loft space. You almost don't notice the helm and navigator seat there. It just feels like a lovely lounging area. And these huge panoramic glass windows right the way down. And of course, not having solid bulwarks at the side, your vision out, if you can imagine, looking out over the ocean, is pretty much uninhibited. So move forward to our helm seats. There's our door for side access. 3 Simrad multi-function displays, so you've got access to things like engine room cameras and so forth. Obviously stern and bow thrusters and all the switchgear you'd need. This is kind of right on the cusp of some people own or operate with a bit of help. Sometimes they'll have a professional captain. It's right on that sort of edge, but some owners want to get behind the wheel. And then this is rather nice. This is another kind of lounging area. So you can imagine when you're sat here underway, great view out, but also you can chat to your skipper, and that's your vista. Lovely, isn't it? Okay, let's go down below, see what we've got down here. So lovely kind of winding staircase with this under step lighting. We're going to go left first of all, so I'll show you the guest accommodation. So up here on the right hand side, we've got a double. That's a really good size, really good size double. Just step in there. Lots of natural light here from the side window, opening porthole, and again AV screens there, and a little sort of makeup jewellery table there as well, where you can sit and prepare. And then we've got access through into our heads. She's strobing. Sorry about that. Anti-flicker. We'll try and do something in post, but it's not always possible. So there's a step up here. This is our day heads as well. Got our shower stall in there. And then we've got a door that will take us out into the corridor. In fact, what we'll do is we'll use that one. There we go. So that was our entrance in, and that's our secondary entrance out. Okay, move forward again a little bit, and then we've got our twin. Again, loads of headroom, loads of space, beautifully finished. I love all this all this detailing, all this metalwork here. And then again, we've got another heads here. So this is the private heads for this cabin. Big sink, towel rail, ooh, rainfall shower. That's our second cabin. And if we move forward, we're into our VIP. There we go. Camera's worked it out. So big hanging locker on the side there. Run of storage high and low. And then we've got our AV with what looks like a very impressive soundbar. So I would imagine you can Bluetooth to that for your iPhone. And then our air conditioning controls. Really nice use of materials here. A lot more sort of fabric being used on these boats now. And then of course this one, it's got its own private ensuite. Really nice. There you go. Yeah, Nick Burnham, if you're watching this, I'm waving to you. And then back out. Right, and then we will go to our owner's suite, which is back down the corridor. One step down, two step down, and here we are. So full beam. Obviously bundles and bundles of room. Sofa over there. And then we can see on our port side, got this big run of storage. Got our makeup jewellery desk, as it were. This is rather nice, like this. Very heavy. And then our ensuite is just back here. There we go. Two sinks, great big sort of double shower stall. And again, what you notice is because this space sits between us and the engine room's back there, we're going to have better sound insulation when we're underway. And there's our storage. Well, that's a nice touch. There you go, little fridge for the champagne. Safe. Lots and lots of storage all the way around. She's rather lovely, isn't she? Gorgeous. And then we've got some storage under the bed as well. So 76 feet. Feels like the sweet spot, doesn't it? Real big boat feel to this one. One area we haven't been to yet, we'll finish up, is up on the Flybridge. We'll make our way back through this lovely level floor area. And then we'll take a turn up the teak staircase. So first thing that hits us is we've got this kind of bar area with a couple of fixed stools. And then we've got our little sink here, more refrigeration. One of these is going to be an ice maker, I'm sure. Maybe it's this one. Yes, there you go. And then underneath these, we've got another big refrigerated locker. And we've got the obligatory grill. This has got an opening T-top as well. See the frame? And the roof is in the back position at the moment. And then we've got a couple of options here. Because we've got this big space at the back, we can put some freestanding furniture, so we can have bean bags, sun lounges, director's chairs. Got this fabulous view back out over the aft. And for more kind of seating, formal seating and dining, we've got this massive run here. Probably sit 8 people, 10 people maybe. Plus our bar stools. And then if we move forward, got more sort of lounging space here. And all these sort of seating areas are sort of super deep. It's almost the width of a single bed. So it encourages you to lie out, laze about. And then our rather funky steering wheel here. Helm and navigator. Again, we've got a couple of big Simrad screens. All our usual controls. Nice to see a couple of traditional dials as well. bow thrusters, throttle controls and all that kind of good stuff. And what a lovely view out over the front. So there you go. Sunseeker 76 yacht. What a special thing this is. So I hope you've enjoyed the tour. Please let us know what you think of the boat. Comment, like. If you haven't subscribed, perhaps today's the day to do it. We'd really appreciate that. But most importantly, keep coming back for more, because that's why we do it at the Marine Channel. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.